So Toei did a thing. Not this thing though, the other thing. Yes. If this trailer didn't make you immediately cream your pants, then I hate to break it to you, there's something wrong with you. Not only did this trailer confirm that Toei thinks the only thing that can make them money anymore is ripping off other companies with their kaiju capturing ideas, but it also showed us where the budget for Gavin Infinity went. Even as someone who thinks Gavin Infinity is a really damn good show, even I've got to admit that it does play it safe in a lot of aspects, and it's quite clear that Toei only wanted it to play it safe so that they could move on and do more bombastic shit, like ripping off Monster Hunter. Admittedly though, it's kind of easy to see why they'd want to rip off Monster Hunter in concept. It does bring in 300 to 500 million yen every single year. And in its lifetime, which, might I just add, has only been like 6 games, it's brought in over 9 billion yen. And Ultraman is a thing that exists. You see, despite its rather turbulent history of constantly facing cancellation, low toy sales, and people at Subaraya apparently claiming they're the worst company of all time, Ultraman has kind of had a profound impact on Japanese culture. Shit like Evangelion and anything made by Hideaki Anno for that matter quite literally wouldn't exist without Ultraman. Pretty much any time you see somebody get fucking crucified in a Japanese TV show, it's basically a reference to Ultraman. And bearing in mind, at the turn of the 2010s, Ultraman was in fucking financial ruin. Like, if you think Super Sentai was bad, you should probably take a look at the Ultraman toy sales figures. But some genius at Subaraya was like, wait a minute. What if, instead of just having an attack team and like an actual good story, we threw all of that out the window and made Ultraman Ginga? And thus, the cancer of the universe was born, aka the Spark Dolls, a gimmick which Ultraman genuinely struggled to let go the same way I struggled to let go of my ex-girlfriend. It goes without saying that both me and the Spark Dolls were very much hated by the more dominant persona in that relationship. Jesus fucking Christ. Spark Dolls sold well because they were cheap, easy to produce, made of plastic, you could find them everywhere, and also Ginga uses them in like every fucking episode. It's here where I have to point out that all of the OMEGAHORN toys appear to be made out of silicone plastic, as well as having a crocodile that has a dildo for a nose. Come on, someone is going to use that and shove it up their rectum. Toei may not just be ripping Monster Hunter and Ultraman off this time though. I think they're actually ripping themselves off. Tell me if this sounds familiar in any way, shape or form. Naive guy who loves the earth goes around and can like speak to animals. He goes around summoning their spirits to fight against evil. Now you might be thinking, well, mate, the plot summary for OMEGAHORN just came out. Of course it sounds familiar, but that's where you'd be wrong, because that was just my brief plot summary of fucking Ranger, which is like the 3rd best-selling Sentai of all time behind Kaiju and Kyoryuger. And it seems as though they're trying to go for a more Ultraman element to the lore as well, as they seem to want to have it be connected to Infinity in a way, which means you're probably going to need a college degree to understand what the fuck is going on by the end of Project Red's 10-year run. Aside from that, there's not really much else I can say about OMEGAHORN other than it's basically just Pokemon, but for Japanese kids, which is what Pokemon is for anyway. Ah, shit, we're at a loss this year, man.